Hi, my name's Tahmeena Aslam and I'm a PhD student at the University of East Anglia studying for a PhD in physical oceanography.
And my name is Umberto Binetti, I'm from the University of East Anglia and I'm doing my PhD in marine biology and oceanography. We are here at the Royal Society with an exhibit called The Pinch of Salt, just to show people how the salinity of the ocean is important, how it changes and how we study it.
One of the things you can come and do at our stall is taste the salinity of different seas and oceans around the world. You can actually really taste the difference, and seeing the faces of people when they taste number two is quite funny.
We have a computer game about sea gliders, so you can pilot the sea glider in the ocean to catch all the saltiness that is there. And usually people can get really much better than I do, but yeah. So sea glider is actually a robot, so it's going up and down in the ocean and it's measuring a lot of parameters at the same time in the sea ocean. And so we have oxygen, chlorophyll, temperature, salinity, and we want to cross all this data to see which factor is influencing the other. And this is really a new way to do oceanography, because right now we have boats that can have some really coarse data, while our dataset is going to be really detailed and really high frequency. So this is going to change the way to approach the study of the ocean.
As oceanographers, we get to go on oceanic cruises. We got to go to the North Atlantic recently. Yeah. And we were there to deploy our sea gliders that are actually featured in our game at the Royal Society. It's a really fun experience.
And also we get other teams that are joining us, so you can actually see how much science is going on in the ocean.
Yeah.
And we got people studying the deep ocean, so fishing really weird creatures from 5,000 meters.
Really smelly.
Really ugly and smelly, so but it's really cool to see them, because you won't see any days.
We've deployed and recovered sea gliders, which are featured in our stand here. And when you have to recover them, it can be quite difficult because the antenna is about this big and pink, but it's in the ocean.
Yeah.
So
you have 17 kilometers of water all around, and to find this little red stuff around, so it's luckily they have GPS, so we almost know where to go.
But sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, sometimes it fails.
So then you kind of have to get the binoculars out and just look and
or
hope.
Half an hour around.
Yeah. I'm doing my PhD on internal waves. So there are waves within the ocean itself, and they actually occur between interfaces between fluids of different density. So in our stall you can see that different layers of different saltiness will layer on top of each other, and at that boundary you get internal waves forming. The thing is, you can't see them because it's inside the ocean, which means some people like to joke that they don't exist, which would be a waste of my time as a PhD, but they do, so that's okay.
They don't. Plankton doesn't exist, but maybe internal waves.
They don't know.
For my PhD, I'm studying the oxygen, and it's really important to see because it can vary by physics stuff and also biology. So we want to split the biology part from the physics stuff. And in that way you can understand how much productive is the ocean, so how much carbon dioxide is being fixed in biomass and then accumulated in the bottom of the ocean. So how much CO2 is sequestrated by the phytoplankton and by the ocean.
What is phytoplankton?
So actually phytoplankton is the amount of algae and microalgae that you have in the water. So it's something that it's at the base of the food web in the ocean. So in order to measure oxygen, you have to calibrate all the sensors, and to do this we are using, it's called Winkler titration. And sometimes you have to do it in really rough weather, so with all your samples that are going up and down and they're just glass and they can break, so you're just, whoa, there is a wave coming, so everyone is holding everything. And sometimes we do it was
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that wasn't that nice, but yeah, it's science. So
yeah, but we found that the computer had a really good iTunes
yeah,
library.
We had a really good playlist there. So
yeah, and at 3 o'clock, delirious, just the two of us. We're like, oh, this is appropriate.
So yes, science.
Yeah. So our stand is just a small part of what we do at UEA in the oceanography department. But salinity, which is the whole idea behind pinch of salt, along with temperature, controls density, which in turn drives oceanic currents. And the oceanic currents and the circulation of the oceans influence climate, which is obviously important for us to understand in the current.
Yeah, and also the overall life in the ocean is affected by which water is coming where. So also from a biological point of view, it's really interesting to see what's happening over there.
Yeah. I'm a scientist because I'm curious. I just loved science at school. I thought it was really fun to experiment and do things. That's why the Royal Society exhibition is so good, because you get your hands dirty and you can feel the science. And also I think it's really nice. I mean, you should always keep learning, and with my PhD, it's just I'm constantly learning new things, and it's like there's never enough things I can learn.
Yeah, the good part about oceanography, I think, is that it puts everything together, so biology, chemistry, physics, so you keep track of everything. You don't have to just focus on something. And also you have the possibility to travel, to see a lot of different environment. So from an ecological point of view, it's just great to see how different the world can be.
I love science and studying about how the earth works, and so you should do science because it helps you see the kind of deeper layers within anything such as simple as even how this table is or how that wall is. It's just amazing.
And also you work with people from all over the world, so you have also the opportunity to have a job and to live in foreign countries, learn new languages, and so pretty good.